Episode 183. Qi Zhou nearly fell out of his chair. If this guy really has that many frost sandstones, it's really on par with their own Langxi Pavilion. Before Xiao comes out to collect the goods, remember to check the guild warehouse. The abrasive stones are only around 40, less than 50.
I'll take all 20. 5 gold.
Qi Zhou remarked that such a large-scale purchase was a one-time deal. No private collector could ever amass this many rare materials again. Hey, I never said I was selling all of them. I'm only selling tan.
Take the 300 gold. 25. Whether it's the whole batch or just 10, the Western Zhao won't care.
Let's just take what we can get for now.
Then I say 29, you say. 26. You say 20xiang. We finally settle on the 床相喷发, a guild big enough for 275 gold. And you're haggling over 25. How embarrassing. Make it 300. That's not how you do the math. You're really calm about this.
25 gold coins is a very fair price.
Hey, you're the one who didn't want it. Yue Xiu said.
Lord Grimm suddenly stepped right up beside Qi Zhou. What's this? Qi Zhou couldn't help but feel a jolt of panic. He'd always been deeply suspicious about where Zhen Mok Xiao got all those materials. There was no way they came from just running dungeons. In the end, the only explanation Xi Zhou could think of was that he was ambushing players outside dungeon entrances, killing them and looting their gear. But to get this much loot, that should have caused a huge uproar long ago. Qi Zhou went to the Line Canyon dungeon every single day, yet he'd never heard of anything like this happening. Could it be some kind of scumbag hack that just steals everything off you the moment you get close? Veteran players have seen it all and have plenty of theories, but Glory's been free of hacks for years now. Sai Zhou's mind flashed back to those early, forced trade robbery hacks. But the moment Lord Grimm stood beside him, his next move was to set up his own stall. At the same time, Lord Grimm's voice drifted over. I'll sell them individually for 30 gold. He quickly sold off the cheaper ones. You still don't want it? With that, Lord Grimm's stall was set up. 10 pieces of grindstone were laid out, each priced at 30 gold coins. Sai Zhou was taken aback for a moment. In online games, items always had a buy price and a sell price. The buyout price is lower, but for the seller, it's a stable outlet. When you want to sell, you can easily find a buyer to offload your goods. As for retail, the price is a bit higher. Only players with a genuine need will come to buy. Whether you can sell it, or how long it'll take, is anyone's guess. You'll need patience. For someone in urgent need of cash, retail is obviously too slow. Right now, Lord Grimm was selling piecemeal. In the heavenly domain, the price of rare materials is stable. Polishing stones usually go for 35 to 40 gold, and even the purchase price hovers around 30 gold. Ye Xiu held firm at 30 gold, refusing to budge. That meant forcing Xi Zhou to cross the old server with him, but Jiao calmly refused. So he just set up a stall and started selling piecemeal. 30 gold is a retail price for a new server, a price that demands patience. But there's one thing to keep in mind. Right now, in Server 10, almost no one is selling grinding stones. Yet the major guilds who currently control this resource mostly won't use it to make a profit. And so, the opportunity fell into Ye Xiu's lap. He's like a top-level player right now, exclusively farming some high-tier materials, so he could set whatever price he wanted.
Maybe besides, he wasn't trying to monopolize the market.
It's just the standard market price of 30 gold coins.
Let me think. What equipment blueprints at level 30 might require sandstone?
Brother Yi muttered, almost as if talking to himself. Oh,
The Soul Shiver staff, right? It gives a damage bonus against spirit, type enemies, super practical. The dungeon only drops the blueprints. You'll need grindstone to craft it, and the magic rune cross. Light attribute weapons give a bonus to all light. Element skills, when used by a priest. And you can only craft them from blueprints that drop. You know that, right? A cleric. Hey, seeing that berserker reminded me. The Severing Rock sword needs whetstones too, right? Hey, he's coming over.
Hey, he's gonna buy it, right?
Wait, no, it's a berserker with a katana! What a shame. The rock cleaver sword. Buy my whetstone, and you can forge a rock cleaver sword.
Yishu continued muttering. Even the usually calm Qizhou was starting to lose his composure. These weapons are indeed purple, tier gear, with blueprints dropped from dungeons. You need to gather the materials, then have players with crafting professions make them. Emery stones are one of their required crafting materials.
It's only 30 gold. Anyone willing to craft a purple tier weapon would buy it without a second thought.
Just as the thought crossed his mind, a player appeared right in front of him and said,
Hey, there's a whetstone here.
Sa quickly said,
They're gone. I've already bought them all.
30 gold coins each.
Lord Grim turned to face Kazhou, emphasizing his point.
30 it is then.
The pair asking for the price was a man and a woman. That's a formidable combination, especially since it was the girl who spoke up. Forget 30, even if it were 300, the guy beside her would grit his teeth and rush to pay the bill. Saijo acted decisively. He rushed over to snatch up the goods. Lord Grim was running a vendor stall, with items priced and on display. A savvy buyer saw it, thought it was a good deal, and snapped it right up. Saijo was terrified that this guy might be too eager, and without a word, click 10 or 8 times. Then he'd be screwed. Saijo instantly showcased the exceptional skill of a veteran player. In a flash, he packed up his own stall, stepped his character over to Lord Grim's, and without even looking, clicked his mouse repeatedly, instantly wiping out all 10 grindstones on Lord Grim's stall. The man and woman just stood there, staring dumbly. They stood there silent for a long moment. Finally, he tossed out one last line.
Is this guy insane? Impressive. Ikkyo, praised him without reservation.
But are you sure each one is 30 gold coins? Saijo's face paled in shock.
He hastily opened his wallet to check.
He found that exactly 300 gold coins had been deducted, clearly indicating no issue at all. Yeah, just kidding. Saijo was genuinely shaken. For a moment there, I completely forgot I was out here to buy materials, carrying a huge chunk of the guild's funds. What if Lord Grim puts up a price tag of 80 or 100,000 in here? He'd be crying his eyes out.
If you could even check the price in that split second. Now that would be truly impressive.
As he spoke, Yishu had Lord Grim stand up and walk away.
Goodbye. Qizhou murmured, dazed.
He watched Lord Grim's back on the screen, calmly vanishing into the crowd on the street. A moment later, only then did Qizhou snap out of it. He quickly sent a message to Blue River about the matter. Lord Grim, how is that possible?
You ran into him in the city. Shouldn't he be running the dungeon?
Are you done yet? Qiyo asked him, puzzled. He didn't even have time to wonder how Zhen Moxiao had gotten so many grindstones. Why didn't the dungeon clear make the broadcast? With this question burning in his mind, Blue River hurriedly checked the dungeon records. Their Blue Brook Guild's record was still intact, still sitting at the top. The record in second place at 23 minutes was also completely unchanged, with no sign of Lord Grim anywhere. That's odd. Could they not have started the run yet?
How should I know?
But if they were running it, they should be finishing up around now. Did they fail to break the record? Lord Grim is selling grinding stones. For a veteran like him, why would he offload rare materials so recklessly? I think their dungeon run must have hit a snag. He's desperate for cash, probably to buy some gear.
Saijo really did have a sharp analytical mind. While he had no clue where the sandstone came from, he'd pretty much nailed the reason why Lord Grim was selling it.
Oh, so you're saying he has 10 of those grinding stones?
Lan River finally returned to the matter at hand, the dungeon. It was completely outside his control. If the guy wanted to run the dungeon today, he'd run it today. If he wanted to run it tomorrow, he'd run it tomorrow. All Blue River could do was stand there and watch helplessly.
Yeah, And from the look of it, he's got way more than that.
That's impossible. Right now, only club, backed guilds could have double-digit quantities of Grenstone. Even if a regular guild managed to hit that number, there's no way they'd all be concentrated in one person's hands. That's exactly why I find it so strange. Could he have been bought out by some guild already? Let's see. What do you think?
I've sent Qiang Chang to tail him, to see who he makes contact with next.